Hello, everybody. Just going to do a quick video series, a couple 10-minute videos or so, entitled Bankroll Management on CSGO Lounge for Dummies. Basically, the whole goal of this series is going to get you guys in the right mindset, the right bankroll management mindset to to go less broke, to kind of get as much value out of CS:GO Lounge as possible, and stop get you in like the right mindset to be very successful with your betting. So that being said, let's get right into it. The first thing I want to cover, the first and most important thing, is how much your account is worth. This is my alt account. I have all these items in it that are just kind of like just chilling. Um, the next video, I'll show you how to put this up here. It's a nice little add-on that will allow you to see how much all your stuff is worth. The idea, if you don't have this, will be to add up all the items you're willing to bet. If you have your favorite AK-47 Vulcan that's in your account and you're never going to bet it, don't count it. This is just the bettable items, things that you are willing to get rid of versus the things that are yours you want to keep forever. If you can get those out of your mind and out of your mindset, um, and out of the total bet value of your account, you'll be in good shape. Seeing that everything here is I'm willing to bet, my total value on CS:GO Lounge currently is $71. Um, I think for the most part, most people are going to be happiest in that 1 to 3% range. Every single bet you make will be between 1 and 3% of your total bankroll. So you'd have what, 70 cents, a dollar 40, and a dollar $2.10 if you were looking at a $70 account. I'll make up a nice table in Excel or something so that you can easily kind of tell what where you should be betting and in what scenarios. So looking around, we're going to want to put about a 70 cent, 71 cent bet. Thankfully, I already did the math, which wasn't very difficult. I'm not going to lie. And there we have 71 cents. So here's going to be my standard bet currently. On CS:GO Lounge. I'm betting 1% because I'm a nit. I'm a very cautious and I don't want to lose. If I lose this, I've got 99 more buy-ins, and that's where you're gonna really want to keep your account is somewhere between 80 to 100 buy-ins in that current level. If you start getting into the 70s, we'll talk about this in a more in depth in another video. You're gonna want to drop down and reevaluate the total cost of your inventory. So, so we have that said. We've got our bet in. The um, the next step is going to be just doing good research. Research, if you're betting real money, you need to put in real time to read what the professionals or people that do this a lot, people you trust say, and then use your own information, your own research and knowledge, and the fact that you're watching the games previously. You're looking at, did Titan play well against Epsilon? Oh, they did. So, okay, I'm comfortable with this Titan bet against Virtus Pro. Things like that will then give you the next that edge. Betting in anything is always about taking edges, whether it's a 1% edge or a 5% edge or 1,000% edge. The whole idea is that you want to make the choices that are going to make you the most money as much as possible. Basically, when that comes down to it, it's plus EV. Making plus EV bets, which is expected value, meaning that if you were to have a three-sided die and I was to say like, hey, I'm going to roll this die, and if it's a 1, I'll give you $10. But if it's a 2 or a 3, you're going to give me $10. Well, that doesn't sound like a very good deal at all, because 33% of the time you win, but 67% of the time you lose. So that is a negative EV bet. We're staying away from those kind of bets. We're staying away from these YOLO bets, these 8, 10 to 15% bets, because they're not going to work out for you enough to have it make sense for you to do that bet. If you were to bet on a 15% or 8%, we'll take that DAT game. Is that still up here? I guess it's not. Shoot, I wanted to point that out. You could take some of these games that, they had the odds of them actually winning that game were probably a lot lower than 8%. That's a negative EV bet, even though they ended up winning that game. Now, had we known that they were going to win more like 15 to 20 games out of 100, so 15 to 20% of the time, we might have put a small bet on that to win because that would have been a plus EV bet. So if the number of the team is lower than the number you would assign them. Let's say you think Hellraisers is going to win about 30% of the time. A bet on Hellraisers over 100 games is going to be yield you 30 wins, but give you the money as if they would only win 20% of the time. So that is not a bad a bet if that's how you feel. I don't actually know if that's accurate or not. There 20% seems kind of low, but regardless, that's plus EV in a nutshell. We'll get in more into that in a little bit. Um, the last thing I wanted to cover is anybody that has small accounts, but let's say you're getting into betting and you've got 50 bucks, you got 100 bucks, you got 20 bucks, you got 15 cents, you're at 15 cents, $15, somewhere in there. If you have the ability to buy stickers off of the marketplace, go do it right now. They're very low, their costs are small, they're very good for betting. At some point, I like betting. My kind of stickers were CS:GO case keys because I could bet 250, $5, 750, and $10 depending on it. We're gonna build up to that. For now, we're looking at stickers that are 20 to 30 cents on this account. Or even just one sticker. I could do, instead of doing all four, you don't have to put four things in. You could have done like, okay, 53 and a 21. So there we are. We're pretty close to exactly where we were with the same bet. It's all about keeping this money part. We could have just done one and gone a little higher and did one I buy power sticker. Doesn't matter. So go buy stickers. The reason I say that is because they're finite. They're not dropping anymore. We've got an X amount of capsules and X amount of stickers. As accounts get banned, as they get stuck on guns that get traded up, these stickers are going to be less and there's going to be less and less of them. And if we know anything about economics, the less of something there is, the more the demand will go up for those items and the price will increase. So if you could go to bed today, or not go to bed, but let's say take a week off and my account's worth $71 with all the things that I have in here. And in a week it's worth $78. Well, I just gained 10% without doing any bets at all. That's plus EV. Very, very good. Whereas if you had some guns that probably aren't going very much in that 30% range, 30 cent to 50 cent range, they're not going to go up very much. You really want to stay away from those things. So if you do have a small account, sell some of your guns that you'd usually use for betting, get stickers because that extra value, that's an edge. That's an extra edge that, let's say these stickers go up by double in the next 2 months. You never know. Well, your account just doubled without you risking anything. That's what we're looking to do, is make your account more valuable while keeping your risk very low. So in the next couple videos, we're going to be talking about more in depth about EV. I want to talk about YOLO bets, bankroll management, or dropping down in stakes if you have a bad run, what you should do and when you should do it. This is more the introduction. The last thing I just did want to show you is some of the places that I go, CSGO Guru, to read about these bets. They usually are a couple hours before the bets. CSGO Results, another guy that's pretty excellent at doing they had a little bit of a rough patch, but they'll help you. And then you could use hltv.org to read, and then as well as Reddit, which is CSGO betting. Keeping all these in mind, not everyone has your best interests in mind. Read carefully, formulate a plan, and never be afraid to just skip a bet if you're not certain or enough people are telling you to skip. That is, you do not have to bet on every single one. There's always going to be another one that comes after it. So that's kind of the last point that I'll make. Hopefully this is helpful. Add up your inventory, figure out what your 1% is. If you're comfortable doing 2 or 3, you can do it whatever you want, but this is going to be to help you become even if you run poorly and have a bad couple weeks or whatever, you're going to stay positive. You're going to have a plus EV account. So hopefully this is helpful. My Twitch channel is above here. You want to throw a little love my way, throw me a follow, throw me a subscribe. Feel free. My information, I always forget which way to point. It's this way. In the middle of the screen is my YouTube, my Twitter, and my Facebook. Like those, follow me on Twitter, and please subscribe because the next video will be coming out very soon. I will show you how to put this up as well, if you're curious on how this is pretty cool. Ignore the small bet and stuff like that. I think it's too much. A large bet, it looks like about 20% of my inventory. No bueno, not a good idea. And I'll explain more about that later. Expect a new video soon. Share this with your friends. Post it wherever you want. Hopefully, we can get all your degen friends and yourself in a better mindset to actually make money instead of just throwing random bets out there. Appreciate you watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you in a couple more days for my next video, which we'll get in a little bit more detail, and I'll try to keep it short, unlike this one. So, thanks, guys. Have a good one.